Hey girl, hey. So a few of you asked me the same question after the topical stack video. And it went something like this. I feel like I'm doing everything right, but things keep changing. My skin is not the same. Why does it feel so different? And that's an absolute fair question. I have had the same questions. So I decided to go past looking at what I was applying topically and what people were applying topically and start looking deeper and looking into what supports the body. And I started to look into what the body is making internally to support the skin and repair it. And what I found traced back to collagen, estrogen as per usual, and a peptide, a small peptide that a lot of people haven't heard of. So let's get into it. GHK-Cu copper peptide. And this is what I found when I went looking at where your skin's repair signal comes from and not just what you put on top of your skin. Personal research, personal curiosity, not a recommendation. Let's get into it. And we're not going to ignore the nutrition fact because garbage in, garbage out. So it's really important what you're eating as well. But I digress. So before we get into the peptide, we need the why. What estrogen actually does for your skin. Estrogen is tied directly to collagen production. Collagen is the protein that keeps your skin thick, elastic, and structured. And I found, which I thought was very shocking, in the first 5 years of menopause and the menopause transition, collagen can drop, I hope you're sitting down, by up to 30%. Found this in the book Menopause is Hot, quoting a board certified dermatologist, Dr. Lynn Haven. So after that early drop, it keeps declining, roughly at 1 to 2% a year, 1 to 2% more than I want to give up. And that's not slow or gradual, in my humble opinion. That is a steep one. And it's concentrated right at the transition, and it traces back to our favorite hormone called estrogen. I just love her so much. I actually really do. I love estrogen. And it's not about time passing. Skin issues, not about time passing. So our skin gets thinner, it gets drier, it heals slower, it feels different in your hands. That's the backdrop. That is why I started looking at a peptide to repair skin specifically. So, what's GHK-Cu? This is what it stands for. Don't come at me. I'm going to try my best. It's called glycyl L-histidyl L-lysine bound to copper, which is a naturally occurring tripeptide. Tripeptide just means there are 3 amino acids that are linked together. And it was discovered in 1973 by a researcher named Lauren Pickart, who found it in human plasma while studying what helps aged tissue repair itself. What he found was that plasma from younger people stimulated tissue repair more effectively than plasma from older people. And the difference traced back to this one small peptide. And shocker, your body makes GHK-Cu naturally. And research suggests the amount that you have naturally declines with age, which is a pattern we keep running into in this series, which is why I'm talking about it all and researching it all. Because if you haven't noticed, I'm in perimenopause. All right, so here's where things get a little interesting in my opinion. GHK-Cu's core job in the body is to transport copper. It grabs onto copper and helps deliver it to where tissues need repair. Did you know we needed copper for repair? I didn't. But the research goes further than that. Broad gene expression analysis. This is the kind that looks at how a compound affects your DNA, your genetic instructions. Found that GHK-Cu influences thousands of genes. Thousands. Genes involved in tissue remodeling, antioxidant defense, wound healing, and collagen production. That is a huge footprint for one very small peptide known as GHK-Cu. Now, I'm going to be forward with you, and I'm going to talk to you about where the evidence is strong and where the evidence is not. The wound healing and topical research on GHK-Cu is well established, decades of it. It is one of the most studied peptides in dermatology. The broader claims, the anti-aging claims, anti-aging, how many times can I say it? Whole body tissue regeneration. The broader claims, the anti-aging, the whole body tissue regeneration, that is newer and less settled. So let's not blur that line. GHK-Cu shows up in two main forms. Topical, this is the form with the most research, used in serums and creams for skin, repair, and collagen support. I'm sure you've seen that all over. And then there's the injectable subcutaneous, meaning under your skin, which is what a lot of biohacking and longevity experts or people are having conversations centered on. Extending the research beyond skin into the broader tissue repair. So what pulled me directly to this one was absolutely the collagen thread. We already know estrogen drives collagen. And here's a peptide whose whole mechanism touches that same system from a completely different angle. As always, this is personal research. Do with it what you want. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm not a doctor. I'm just a woman in perimenopause living through this in real time. If this is something you want to explore, that's a conversation with a provider who knows your medical history. If you have questions, DM me. I can help you out. Here's what I want you to walk away with today. Your skin changes in perimenopause trace back to our favorite hormone, estrogen, and a collagen, and that is documented. GHK-Cu is one of the tools that researchers are looking at that touches that same collagen repair system, just from a different direction. It's like your secret back door. That sounded terrible. Anyway, the research on it for skin is real, it's established. The rest is still building, and that's okay. My 82 symptom perimenopause guide is in the description. Skin changes are in there because they're real and they belong there, and I don't like them. Drop a comment. Tell me what you've noticed about your own skin lately. Nothing I share is medical advice. Remember that. I'm not a doctor. I'm a coach, a holistic nutrition student, and a woman living through this in real time. I will see you next time. All my love. And if you haven't done something to love yourself lately, please go do that. And if you don't know what that looks like, send me a DM. I'll help you out.